Aaron Rodgers was magnificent in his debut for the Steelers on Sunday, 34-32 win. Rodgers throws for 4 touchdowns. We're going to break down 3 of the touchdowns here, and then we're also going to break down a few key plays from the game. We'll start here. This is 3rd and 10. This is the first drive of the game. The Steelers are just going to run slants. That's all this is. It's just everyone's going to run a little slant route. Um, what you will see, though, is Rodgers is going to recognize that they're in man coverage with the way that they cover Kenneth Gainwell. He's going to motion Kenneth Gainwell back in, as you'll see. And then we know we're in man coverage. What he's motioning Kenneth Gainwell to do here is just to clear up the space to allow these slant routes to just be developing and have one-on-one coverage. Very simple. Finds Pat Freiermuth, picks up a first down on 3rd and 10. It's a huge play that keeps the drive going. This drive, of course, ends up leading into a touchdown. We continue here. This is 3rd and 10 again from essentially the same spot. They gain basically no yards as the drive continues. 3rd and 10. Rodgers is going to recognize a blitz from this top corner up here. He does the corner does a really poor job at really disguising it. It's supposed to be oh, we're in man coverage here, but he does a terrible job at disguising it. They're in man still. The safety's going to have to pick up DK, but Rodgers is going to recognize the blitz. Kenneth Gainwell is going to recognize the blitz, slide over and give a nice block. And then it's just a simple drive concept. We're going to have a in route, out route, and a go route. And DK is just going to be wide open with man to man, all because this blitz comes in from the backside, and they just do a really poor job at disguising it. You'll even see, like, when Rodgers gets here when he's about to snap the ball, he looks and he sees the safety running before the ball is even snapped. You can see that right here. Look how the safety starts to sprint. Rodgers has already looked at him before he's even gotten to the line of scrimmage, and it's wide open for DK Metcalf on a little out route. DK makes one guy miss. This is why you go and get a guy like DK Metcalf to make plays like that. And the Steelers extend their drive, which, like I said, of course, goes into a score. This is the score. Um, Steelers are going to run 11 personnel. So this is your tight end, Darnell Washington here. They're going to motion Calvin Austin over. Calvin Austin's going to run a go route. The go route is intended to clear out the safety, and then they're going to run just crossers over the middle. DK is going to run an in route. Warren's going to block. Pretty simple play. The Jets were terrible against play action the entire game, and you'll see that here in this play here. Like, as soon as they go for the handoff, watch all of the linebackers are right there, ready to go for a tackle. They don't do a great job at it. This is where they're not in man coverage, as you can see. When they line up, would be your man right here. As soon as the play is snapped, 30 is diving in for the run, leaves him. This is not man coverage. They're just in cover 3 here with the 3 safeties. The Calvin Austin seam route clears the space for Ben Skoranek. Rodgers already knows he's got him as soon as he gets to here. Delivers a great ball on the money. Ben Skoranek does the rest of the work and gets in for a touchdown. Pay attention to that play, though, because you will see it again here in just a little bit. This is later in the game, fourth quarter, I should say. 2nd and 10. They're going to run a little play action toss, which this is a little toss power play that they had ran multiple times throughout the game. You're going to see a switch from the DK and from Calvin Austin. So you see basically an out and up, and DK is going to run up through the seam. They call it a post wheel. They run it's called a switch concept is the best way to describe it. The Steelers are in 12 personnel with 2 tight ends here. Fake the power, and then they're going to take the one-on-one. Rodgers is going to really like what he sees. Watch again. The linebackers are just all over that play action. Again, 44, you can see Rodgers never goes to this where Washington is running this little seam route, but he could have. Like, Washington is open, but the safety kind of bites, and Rodgers is already looking over at Calvin Austin one-on-one. But that linebacker is completely head turned around, has to fully turn his head around to get back into the play. but Rodgers has already released the ball at that point. Again, out and up, one-on-one coverage. Calvin Austin makes an incredible play to bring this in down on the sideline. Rodgers throws a beautiful ball, of course, and that's the last play of the quarter. And then you get to the first play. This is the second play, I should say, of the fourth. First and goal. They are going to run a little split block. So you're going to see wide receiver run a split. We're running a play action here. The whole goal of this play is to just hit the running back in the flat. That is the whole goal of this play is we're going to try to take this running back and hit him in the flat as he leaks out to the side. Calvin Austin is just going to try and take up space in the middle, try to clog up the linebackers. That's the whole goal of the play. It's a one-man read. We're hitting Jalen Warren, I should say, on this flat route every single time. Split block to pick up this free pass rusher. Jalen Warren wide open, and you'll see this is the backer that ends up running out there. Look at all that congestion that he has to run through. Jalen Warren is too fast for him to catch up to him. Free touchdown. Steelers score. The ensuing play, the Jets end up fumbling the kick return, and the Steelers are right back in it. This is the second play after the kick return. What you're going to see on this play is exactly the same play as the first touchdown. Motion in, Calvin Austin, run a seam route. Crosser route for Ben Skoranek, and just a deep end for DK Metcalf. It's the same exact play, but what I want you to watch is I want you to watch this safety up here at the top. He is going to bite on the play action again. He's going to be beat. Calvin Austin is just going to run to the space. He's running a seam route. He's supposed to run a seam route, but he sees the space, takes the space. And this is the exact same play as the first touchdown. Calvin Austin on a little motion, splits the tight end and the right tackle, play action. Rodgers has been great at play action his entire career. And watch Calvin Austin just see the space over here and take it. And this is all because that safety, look at him kind of panic. This is early in the play. He just slides down, he slides up, he gets choppy feet in a bad position. Calvin Austin just takes the space. Rodgers throws a dime. I mean, this is one of this is vintage Aaron Rodgers throw right here. Look at that throwing form. On the money to Calvin Austin for a touchdown. It gives them the lead. Just an incredible performance from Aaron Rodgers. And for the Steelers to score on the same play twice, you kind of have to be kicking yourself if you're a Jets fan. They were biting on this play action all day long. They scored 3 touchdowns on play action passes from inside the 30. That can't really happen. And for the Jets, if you're to score 32 points and still lose to Aaron Rodgers, that can't feel good. Again, same exact play as that first touchdown. Motion in Calvin Austin, run the seam route. He sees the space, takes the space, free touchdown. So just a beautiful performance from Rodgers in his first game as a Steeler. And we'll look forward to seeing him perform the rest of the season and see if he can keep up this good work against his former team in the New York Jets in Week 1.